Welcome to the old versus new bubble responsive showdown. Now, Taz, we were kind of chatting about this beforehand. We were saying like we're kind of doing. It's more of like who can build the best landing page here. In the hour time. We were kind of chatting about this beforehand. We were saying like we're kind of doing. It's more of like who can build the best landing page here. In that echo. Our time. Kind of chatting about this beforehand.
Yeah, somebody has their
we're kind of doing. It's
video on.
Hang on.
On YouTube.
Yo.
Might have been me.
All right.
Not
All
it.
right.
Is it me?
All right, we're good now. All right, so we're kind of just seeing who can build the best landing page. Taz, you have chosen the old responsive as kind of your tool of choice in Bubble. So, and that's a personal preference.
No,
But
I
yeah,
still, like, of course, for my clients and even for myself, I do use the new one, but I prefer the old one.
I think
Why?
Anchor's asking why, Taz.
Why? Because I think it's faster. Like there's just less clicks. So if you have like a very complex page with the new one, you can do more stuff, but it's like 1,000 clicks instead of like 300. But of course, the new one is more powerful. Of course, it's just that in like 80% of the cases, I think the old one does the job and does it faster.
Nardo, you already got a fan cheering you on. We got Carlos here. We got Nick. Nick, what's up, man? We got Nick ready for the showdown. Good luck, guys. All right, so here what we'll do. I'll just share the kind of the rules, like as we've or kind of the judging criteria, I should say. Let me share my screen quick, and just so we all understand what the way it's going to go here. So we're going to have, there's three like main criteria: responsiveness, closest to the original site that we're going to choose, and then any kind of basic navigation that you build, like Spotify, for example. I think, Beck, you pointed that out, that there is a little bit of navigation there. You don't have to do any of these things necessarily, but I think it'll make it interesting to see which development direction you all go in. And we'll kind of score between 1 and 5 on each of those things. So this is how we're going to do it. If anyone else can think of another criteria, go ahead, shout it out. But these are the only three that we came up with.
Okay, and regarding closest to original site, just one thing I wanted to note. I think on the Dribbble page, there's like some things which are just not possible with the old engine. With some of the repeating group stuff,
That's fair enough. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple minutes to just break it. Once we reveal the site, we'll take a couple minutes to just break it down and see, like, all right, we're going to ignore this because that's just it's not realistic.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Criteria.
No frames, no atomic fusion, no bubble components if you have access to that still. We're all starting from blank pages.
Yeah, we're all sharing editors, right?
Yeah, everyone go ahead and share your screen now. And this way I'll just be able to kind of toggle between all of them.
I'm creating a fresh app right now.
See my screen?
I got Nardo's, I got Taz's, I've got Anchor's. Beck, you're the only one that I'm missing. There you are. Okay. So I can go like this, like just kind of toggle between each page, and then we'll just pop up along the bottom here. So, and that's what I'm just going to do periodically as you guys are building.
Sure.
All right. Anything else? I think that's it. I think we could just do the random selector and then get on with it. What do you say?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Wow, I had an epic fail retweet where I didn't even link. I still want to share the link with like a friend.
Do you have the stream link?
It's like on
share?
YouTube somewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly. You
I'm
want
on
it?
your wall. No, it's okay. I'm on your wall. I got you. Oh, it's like on YouTube, right?
Back,
No,
make
I
a
got
note.
No, it's okay. I'm on your wall. I got you. Oh, it's like on YouTube. Echo.
All right, we good here?
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Discord. All right, so the Discord landing page. Let me pull that up.
oh gosh, it's in German.
Okay.
How do I get it? I need to go on a VPN to get the English one. Do I just do the German one?
I think just do the German one. I don't know that it really
Yeah, it should. I'll just do the. It should be exactly the same.
yeah.
It's just every text is in German. Yeah,
Right,
it's the
right. All right, so
Cool.
what are we thinking about this page? I think that at least the hero image up top is I don't think there's much to say about this. Maybe some of these hover effects or something that you can decide whether or not you want to do or not, right? Like this underlines when you hover it. Login
Yeah,
page
do we do
changes
hover
the
effects?
text color.
What's everyone's view on hover effects? Do we do them or not?
I think it's really up to you. I think it's up to you how granular you want to get, and like that obviously is going to contribute towards a higher score towards you're closer to the original site. But you don't. It's not required, right? You can take this in a few different directions in terms of like how much of the site you want to complete, how responsive it looks. Let's see how this looks on mobile. Like this is a lot of work. This is more than an hour's work. I'll tell you that much. So I don't think anyone's gonna get this done completely done in the hour that we have. It's not a long time, but you can decide what's important, where you think you can pick up the most points based on your skill set and how you prefer to build.
What's top
Hey,
right?
John,
I think
can
where
you
it says pay house.
This is
You can ignore that.
Okay.
John, can you add the bake again? I think he dropped off.
Add my what?
Add
Back
the bake
dropped
back.
Oh, Beck's gone. Oh shit. Oh, let's
And
get him
also
back.
the Nordo also. Yeah, back.
Did I kick you guys off?
No, I refreshed my page and it refreshed the stream as well. So it kicked me out
gotcha.
of the lobby. Yeah.
All right. So does that cover it for, explain like how to approach it and any other questions on the actual page or anything like that? Anything we want to
wait,
cover up?
quickly. Can you quickly go on mobile just show us
Sure.
anything? Okay, so that's standard. If you go down if you just scroll down on mobile, this looks all standard. So you all have the slider menu plugin at the top for the thing. This plugin, right? You need a plugin for this thing, right? You're aware?
Yep.
This part?
Yeah, the menu thing. Yeah, there's like a plugin,
Well,
but I guess
I
without
don't even know you'd be able to do with it because
Yeah, you're right,
the
you're right.
icon.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind. Okay, and then if you scroll down, anything else which is weird? No, all normal. Okay, looks all normal.
Yeah, no, it looks good. Same as landing page, right? So like navigation wise, like at the top, going to Nitro, Discovery, Safety, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
just not do anything, right? I think that's easiest, yeah.
I don't think there's
And-
anything. Yeah, go ahead.
And we said no hover effects. Was that it as well?
You can do hover effects if you want to.
Okay.
I think that's if you take the time to go into that detail, that'll give you more points towards like the closeness to the actual site, right? Like
Okay.
I'll consider that. But it's really about the direction that you want to take it.
We all have to build the same landing page, or like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everyone's doing Discord. Sorry, Anchor. I know we didn't explain the full rules to, but yeah, we're all doing the same landing page to see which person does it the best in 60 minutes.
And any plugin is fair game, right?
There's a lot of plugins.
I mean, it's not like you need it. I'm just.
It's just
curious.
an hour, I guess. It can't be that special if you make like a Discord plugin.
No
Yeah, I
worries.
think so.
I think plugins are fair. I think the only thing that's kind of off limits is the design builders like Atomic Fusion, Frames, and the other one.
Okay,
Uh,
cool.
Okay. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
so let me stop sharing.
How much shit talking do we do while we build?
What's that? Shit. Oh, talk all the shit you want.
All right. People probably gonna mute it. It's like distraction.
That's what I was thinking too. I don't know if I would be able to do this.
Oh my
with
god,
somebody,
yeah,
like,
I
talking to
could
my
like
ear.
Oh, we're
blast
gonna be able to see each other's screens, like their progress, just so I can
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna.
talk shit on the progress side.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just like toggle in everyone's screen like this. So I might
Okay.
pull up and just start talking about what's going on Taz's screen. I might.
Oh,
you
you're gonna
know,
do live commentary.
Exactly. I'm gonna be kind of
Nice.
managing the
Okay.
stream.
All right.
Yeah, because I'm not building. I'm just trying to keep the.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Audience.
Okay,
All
cool.
right. All right, ready? So I think we're gonna start. Let's start at. Why don't we give it till 12? Everyone got a blank editor open,
Yeah,
and you're sharing your screen.
yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, so we're gonna start at. Everyone can see the timer at the top. We're gonna start at 12 minutes
Okay.
on the dot.
Okay. Oh yeah, and with the fonts, like in the rules, we said we're just like I mean, if you want to do the work, sure, but we're kind of standarding, I think, on Lato or something.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to do the work to get it to like whatever, if you can figure it out, but yeah, it's really your call. All right, ready? 12 on the dot. And they're off.
Okay.
Now, I think it's going to be a strategic choice whether or not to take your headphones off for this because you don't want to hear everyone talking shit while you're building. It's going to throw you off. But
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I might just mute it.
yeah, you might want to mute it. I don't know. It's I'm not
It is
going
not
to be.
mandatory to add the reusable, right?
Say again, Anchor.
Is it mandatory to use a reusable?
You could use reusable if you want.
It is on
There's no-
right?
There's no mandatory for that, I believe.
Yeah, we didn't talk about reusable, so I feel like that's fair game. All right, I've got Anchor, Taz. I got everyone's screen here. Perfect. Nardo already looks hyper-focused. Not smiling, nothing. He's probably not even listening to me. Let's pull up his screen and see what he's got here.
Can we use a plugin for data?
Yep, that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with the data plugin. That doesn't really help you in terms of design. So yeah, you can use the Atomic Fusion data plugin. That should be fine. Nardo is moving quick on the images and he's already got a header going. Definitely using the new responsive. It's clear how comfortable he is moving around that new responsive engine. Certainly faster than I am. Should have had some background music for this shit.
Oh yeah.
Next time I'm gonna have some wild background music. All right, I'm gonna check in with Beck's screen here.
I just noticed it's kind of hard. You can't right-click the top image to save it.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I can't.
It's in the header as an SVG.
I have noticed that on certain sites. I think it was Spotify that I was trying to clone at one point where you can't just easily right-click and pull the image off and save it as a file. I don't know how they prevent you from doing that, but it's definitely happened to me before.
I can't do it. I can't do
do
it.
it?
So I don't really know what to do.
I don't know if that's a browser thing or what. All right, looking at Beck's screen here. Beck clearly uses the gutters and the grid system which again is to me a very design. Someone who knows how to build properly or build well in design seems to prefer using that grid system.
If anyone, I don't know if John can do this, but if you can right-click an image and like
Yeah, let me get
save
on
it
that.
to or something and put it in like in the group chat, this would help.
Open link in the new tab. Are you talking specifically about the logo or the
No,
hero
I'm talking about
image?
the whole top hero image with like all the stuff which is blue at the top.
Oh, got it. Okay, let me see. Save as. I can save it as a web page. I imagine you need it as like a JPEG or something like that. Uh, I got Nick here. What's the asset manager? What's the asset manager, Nardo? Nick is asking.
My what?
I'm not sure. Nick, what do you mean by that? The asset manager.
I don't know.
Nick's asking here in the chat.
My asset manager.
Let's see if I can pull up. I'm gonna try to pull up Discord hero image because I can't get it off of the website either. I don't know how you guys did that, but I'm not getting it.
Use the inspector on DevTools, and it's under the div. Like when you highlight over it, it'll show you the SVG.
Okay, I'm in DevTools. Hovering over it. I'm in Elements. Let's see where the SVG is. SVG. Yeah, I'm not sure. Nick is asking what Google Chrome extension I think Nardo is using.
The Chrome extension is, but I didn't use it because I want to use. I wanted to extract the image. Do you need this image? I can share it with you.
I just dropped the top ones in there.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I
In the
like
chat.
the
Oh,
I
it's in
like
the private chat.
I like the friendly competition here, helping each other out with the images.
Oh, amazing.
They're in the chat. I couldn't figure out how to get it either, Tez.
In Discord or here SVG?
It's in. They're dropping it into the private chat in Restream.
What? It's 3 images? More than one.
Yeah, there's a few of them. All right, let me check out Anchor Screen here.
Wow.
Anchor certainly working in the new responsive engine. Working on the header right now. I don't know if you now. One thing that I'm wondering is it easier to copy over the text in the new responsive versus the old? I think it's the same. I think you're just holding down Control and left clicking on the element, and then pretty much copy it over. Then changing the individual text, which probably takes the most time. It's easy to copy a text element over and over, but it's time consuming to have to then type it all in. Seems like most of us are still working in the header. Nardo's moving. Nardo is moving here.
He's pro.
He is a pro. Well, we're all pros on here. I think all of us have been working in Bubble for at least 2 years, and in Bubble world, that's pretty much professional because it just hasn't been around for that long. I myself started in 2017, got pretty serious about it in 2019. I wish there was a way to track how many hours you put into Bubble. I'd love to know what my
Oh, that'd
hours.
be legit.
Way too
Right?
many.
That would be legit.
I can point back to my first piece of data that I created in 2017. So I can officially say that I started using Bubble in 2017. I didn't know what the hell I was doing back then, but I have that timestamp.
In 2018 April.
2018 in April. And I learned a lot. I learned a ton from Taz. I started in 2017. So I actually started before Taz, but I learned a ton from Taz's content when I got serious about things in 2019. Oh,
I didn't
wow.
know. Thanks. I didn't know.
oh yeah, big time. The original
mean from
content
From YouTube or Twitter?
YouTube.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
100%. That's how I found you. And there weren't, back then there weren't that many content creators putting out YouTube. There was only a few of you. There was you. There was Gabby. There was Gregory John. There was, I forget his name now. Iona. He's been around for a while. Nardo. If you don't know, created a Twitter clone. I just got my blue check mark in the Twitter world, in
Nice.
Nardo's Twitter world. He says I owe him $8. I'll pay. I just dropped the Twitter clone into the chat for anyone that wants to check that out. I refer to those types of templates too when people ask me like, how can you, what stuff can you build in Bubble? What's possible in Bubble? And the answer is that anything is possible. Anything is possible. There's always a solution. It may not be the most efficient way, and that's when you need to start thinking about custom code, or if you can't figure out with some of the Bubble native features, you always have plugins, custom code, and integrations at your disposal. So there's really not a whole lot that you can't build on this platform. My opinion is that 80 to 90% of use cases can be satisfied by Bubble as a core tech stack. But it's debated, heavily debated, right? Nobody truly knows what the upper limits of Bubble are yet. I've heard people say that they've scaled to hundreds of millions of dollars in funding, and I've heard people say that they had to move off because they couldn't upload videos in the speed that they wanted. So I really think it does depend on the use case. I'm going to drop No Code Talks. Shout out to No Code Talks. That's Anchor's channel. I'm going to drop that in the chat right now. Anchor is both a Bubble coach.
Uncle built a bubble coach.
Bubble coach and a content creator. He's the #1 content creator in India. The only one that I see that does Bubble content in Hindi. Let me switch over to someone else's screen here.
Oh, this is nice. I'm experiencing this old responsive bug where it extends your editor width if your image is way wide.
Oh boy. Taz, I don't have your screen.
You don't?
No.
Okay, I'll try to share again.
Checking in with Beck here. Beck's got a pretty sweet header going. Got the image in place. Login button. Fixed widths was always a challenge for me in the old responsive, trying to get the width to line up exactly the way that you want it to. I find that much easier in the new responsive engine. Fixed widths and heights or dynamic heights. I don't even think there is a dynamic height option in the old responsive engine.
No, not really. But you can make texts, right? You can have the texts be shorter if they're not as long.
Right. That actually is something that I think is missing from the new. That's a good point. It's cut off content when too long or something like that. There's a checkbox.
Yeah, and that's super. That was awesome. That was an awesome feature.
It's missing from the new one, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But
I
you
wonder
can
why-
do fit width to content. You can do fit width to content. It's very similar.
Check out Taz's screen here. Oh yeah, Taz is moving. Taz has the full images here. He's got the header across the top. He is living up to his claim. He is moving fast. He is moving very fast. Clicking around here like a viper. I can't even see his mouse. I don't even know. I can't even see what he's doing. You won like 2 times or something, Taz? How the hell are you moving this fast?
I used to game and play poker on 4 screens, and so
Jesus
I have a high
Christ.
APM.
This looks like a bot that's doing this. I swear to God.
That would be awesome if I had like my own bot.
Checking in with Eli. Eli, what's up, buddy? Eli's in the house. Thanks for checking us out, Eli. Nick, thanks to you for checking in too, if you're still there. Carlos, hope you're still there too. Let's check out. Let me switch back to Beck. See what's going on. Yep. Just got the alignment on those buttons. Looking pretty sharp. Beck is a full-time bubble developer. Full-time salaried bubble developer. Now, that was not a thing I want to say like a year ago at this point. It wasn't easy to find a job as a full-time bubble developer, and now I'm seeing it more and more where that's become an actual position that you can put into like Indeed and you'll get results. And
Yeah.
it's it just shows how far we've come, because I think when I put bubble developer on my LinkedIn profile for the first time, I remember I was at the bubble office and I asked Emmanuel and all of them, like, can I call myself a bubble developer? And they're like, we don't give a shit. Sure. Why not? It wasn't a thing. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm a bubble developer now. And that was that's and now I'm seeing that like more and more bubble developer being looked at as a viable career path, and people are hiring them. They're looking for them. It's pretty amazing to see, actually. It's become kind of a career path of its own. Most of us are in the freelancer space or do some agency work, but you can certainly make income if you know these tools. You can certainly make an income that's livable.
I think the hard part is like not being good at bubble, but also finding clients at the start.
Absolutely. I mean, the working with clients and finding clients is probably a whole nother skill set that you need to develop outside of just bubble development, right? There's a whole business component to this too, especially if you're working for yourself. But yeah, I mean, if you're, I think that the path it's there for people that really want it, which is amazing, right? Like, again, like just kind of thinking back to when I started, there was barely any content even describing how to use Bubble, and like we were grateful for the YouTube videos that were out there at the time, and the idea of calling yourself a Bubble developer didn't even occur to anybody at that point. We were just trying to build stuff. Now I'm seeing on Twitter.
I credit most of my development really to YouTube, especially Gregory John, like that whole build camp community. Like, man, what invaluable asset, especially that early in the community.
Absolutely. I'll be eternally grateful for people that put out that early content and the plugins that people use. Like, like I truly believe that Bubble is a complete platform because of plugin developers and what they've built and put out pretty much for free, right? Obviously, there's paid plugins, but a lot of the plugins that I find the most useful are just ones that probably someone put out for them or built for themselves, and then was like, oh, well, other people can probably use this too.
Mm-hmm.
And they threw it up on the onto the plugin library, and we're all better off for it. So respect to anyone that's putting out. I know Eli's big. I know Eli's big in the plugin area. Eli Beachy. And definitely appreciate you people putting out plugins, and so I don't have to learn code.
Here we see everything in responsive not working as expected nicely on my screen.
Let's pull up Taz. Let's see what Taz got going on in his screen.
This is not what you want to see the first time you click preview.
Yeah, but I mean, you did exactly what you said you were going to do. He's building super fast. Obviously, the responsive component of this, he's taken an L on. But Taz is pretty far along in the site. Let's check in with Beck. Beck's got quite a column going here. This is looking more and more like the original site, the original Discord landing page. Pretty sick. The way he's laying this out here. I don't know how he's getting all these images. I really don't. He must be going into developer tools and pulling those out in a way that I don't know if all of us know how to do that. I don't think I know how to do that. Because you've got like the perfect images here.
We can do a show and tell afterwards.
Yeah. Don't do it now. I don't want to detract you, but yeah, well, that's you got to show us how to do that. All right. Let's move up to Anchor. Anchor's got his header in. I see a Zapier icon. Anchor, be careful. You're timed out here. I would refresh because I don't know how much you're going to lose.
What?
Your Bubble app timed out there. You got a timeout. You see that little red notification at the top there? I don't want you to get too far without. So in other words, it's not saving what you're doing right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Be
Wait.
careful with that.
What should I do? Just refresh or will go on?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the only way. I hope you weren't going too long. Let's see.
Why? Oh, good. Not a big deal.
All right, good. Anchor 2 has the image there. Looking mighty fine, high quality images. It's got a few groups stacked on top of each other. Good stuff. Nardo here, silent but deadly. This guy is definitely focused.
Man, you're a
What do
good
you-
commentator, John.
Distracted.
You're good at this stuff.
He's like, shut up, John. Stop talking to me. I want to hear your shit. Nato's testing out which images to use here. I don't think he's going for the full effect of coloring here. Looks like he's going with the more prototypey look to the page layout. The page layout is certainly there, but not the images that we're seeing in the some of the other editors. Nick Hearn. What's up, Nick? Thanks for joining us. Great entertainment over lunch. Good, good. Happy that people are checking in. And I think that we can go beyond landing pages here too at some point. I think this stuff is pretty interesting to watch. I mean, I'm sure it's by most people's standards this would be pretty nerdy, but I don't know. This stuff is fun to watch for me because I know how much work goes into it.
Especially the off-the-screen work, right? That we actually have to know what we do before.
Right on. Have this up on the big screen.
I'm now doing my own header section just for mobile because that's the best way. And
let me drop Taz tip lister. Pull up Taz's screen for a second here. What do we got? Taz. I don't think I can share two screens at a time. No, I can't. Okay. The legendary tip lister. Dropping his website into the chat right now.
oh, thanks, John. That's kind.
And also the YouTube channel, Bubble Tip Lister. I'm always checking out Beck's content too. I want to drop Beck's.
Beck, you also do a channel, nice.
What was that?
You also do a channel. I didn't know. Nice.
Oh no, just on Twitter. It's mainly shit talking.
Shit talking. A lot of JSON too. I noticed that Beck likes to work JSON. He strikes me as more of a back end integration style person, but clearly there's some design
exactly
skill
it.
here too.
That's exactly it.
I tend to shy away from the design stuff myself. I probably should go to Build Camp. I'm definitely more comfortable on the back end doing integrations, and APIs don't scare me. I love that stuff, but when it comes to design, I am scared shitless. I just it's a skill that I need to pay more attention to. So I appreciate you guys putting yourselves out there and showing us what you got. This is pretty cool to see. Whose screen am I looking at right now? Is this Beck's? No, I'm looking at Taz's. Taz is looking pretty solid on that on the responsive. He's going down to 320 pixels. We pull up Beck's. Beck is definitely going for those high quality images. It's gonna have some points there on the closeness to the original site, certainly.
Thank you. What we got here? What are we looking like on the time? What time did we start?
And 12 past. 12 past.
12 past. Yeah, I should be keeping track of that, right? So we got until 12 past the hour. So we got another 30 minutes. A little over 30 minutes. How are you guys feeling as far as how fast this is going? Or do you think that it's going? Does it feel like it's going fast, like we just started, or is it feel like you've got enough time to get done what you want?
No, I'm not going to finish, but it's like expected. You get enough. You get some stuff done.
All right, fair enough.
I feel like I'm going fine. It's just catching myself rushing in certain things, and I'm like, I don't need to rush that quickly.
All right, so Beck has more time than he thinks. Good to know. Good to know.
And then the nice thing where you mess up the greater or equals to, and the smaller or equals to the standard bubble problem.
Ooh.
Why? It's time out.
It looks beautiful. Look at this. Look at the first preview again of me. It looks very beautiful.
I'm going to switch back over to Taz in a second. Nardo, for those people for those who don't know, is also the founder of No Code Space. Drop that into the chat. Hundreds of people who use No Code Space to learn no code tools, develop applications or web platforms, and automate workflows. So definitely not just Bubble, right? All encompassing. I see Webflow here. I see Adalo. I see Zapier. I see Glide. I see Integromat. And I like that you still have the old Integromat logo and not the Make one, because I hate Make as a name. I can't stand that name. It's too generic. I can't Google anything and then put Make at the end of it, and then it comes.
Oh yeah, dude. That name is way too generic.
I cannot stand that transition. I don't understand it. I don't understand why they did that. I do like the way that they laid out their new interface, and the colors are a little bit nicer, less techy, I guess. But they did not need to change the name. Integromat was perfect. There is nothing else called Integromat. You could drop Integromat into any Google search, and you know what you were getting. Make, God knows what you're gonna get. Now I'm curious to know.
I don't even know if I can find them on Instagram. Or not Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah.
Like every time I try to add them, I'm like, oh wait, that's not it.
Let's see. I'm gonna try that experiment right now. I'm gonna share my screen and test that out. Let's see. I did a Twitter poll a while back on should Integromat or should Make change their name back to Integromat, and the response was overwhelmingly yes. So I'm not the only one that feels this way. Let's see. Let's move this out of the way. Let's go my screen. Twitter.
Meantime, how we feeling, boys? Everybody doing good? Take the silence as a yes.
Yeah, you can put Make in. It is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th option. Not too hard to find on Twitter. 20,000 followers.
Woohoo! Getting better.
Yeah. So is Integromat still? Is the other thing I want to check. Is Integromat still? Do they still have a Twitter? Integromat. You do. Integromat has evolved to Make. Oh wow. Okay, so this also does speak. There's 480 followers for Integromat, and there's 20,000 on Make. So they're doing something right. Maybe I should shut my mouth.
There's probably some head of marketing who is like who would only be hired if she changed it or he changed it to Make.
Maybe they're getting there though. They're just coming up on 20,000, so that's pretty good. Pretty damn good. Make is one of those original, one of kind of the OG no-code tools from like 2012. They're pretty old. Make, Integromat, Airtable. That was an old one. I don't know if I'd call them first generation. Bubble, of course. I don't think I'd call them first generation because no-code tools have been out for a while. No and low-code tools.
You could argue that Excel is a no-code tool, right?
Exactly, and that's Emmanuel CEO of Bubble used to say that the ideal user for a Bubble, for a Bubble is somebody that knows how to use Excel. So really trying to tap into that you know, kind of basis for programming language. Excel gets very complex, extremely complex.
Oh, yeah.
You start building those macros, VBAs, and all that. That starts to really look like code.
Yeah, even before VBA, like all the functions and pivot tables, like they have a lot of people in trouble.
Absolutely.
Like I remember, I was the go-to guy for Excel help in my old company. Everyone would walk over to me with an Excel problem.
I love the shortcuts. I love the Excel shortcuts. I still try to.
I never used them.
Oh my god, yeah. My goal, my proficiency. What do you call it? I wasn't the greatest at like the formulas and stuff. Like I knew the basic stuff, VLOOKUPs and whatnot, but I would kill those shortcuts. I would try never to touch the mouse. Dan Bernal, cheering on Nardo. I keep saying Nando. Sorry, man.
No problem.
Nardo.
Tell me.
Dan, thanks for joining us.
What else?
There's a font called Gringo. That's not racist.
You know what? One of the problems in this whole, woke thing is like I honestly don't have enough time to be woke. That's my problem.
Gringo. I've never seen that one. That's in like a library.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Ginto, not Gingro. Gringo.
Ginto.
Okay, there we go. Makes me feel a little better, I guess.
Actually, before this, I was practicing for 1 hour, and since 6 months, I have not used the old responsive, and still, I thought and I still like it. I still like it a lot. God damn it, it's nice.
And I give you so many props that I couldn't imagine doing it.
I know. I think that most of us are pretty in awe of someone who prefers to use the old engine over the and is doing well with it too. It's not just like he's talking shit. He's actually doing
Right.
stuff. He's like,
that would be boring.
yeah,
just talking, all talk and no action.
So we're all gonna have to like kind of rethink our position at this point and say, is there a time and place to use the old responsive? The answer may be yes. The answer may be yes.
I don't know, dude. Can't convince me like that.
You
I
gotta watch the replay.
don't think I'll ever actually build a thing that's going to be used.
I don't know, man. He's convincing me. I've said I wouldn't do things before. I would never do
Maybe
something.
Maybe in 2 years I can ask for premium rates because I'm the only old responsive guy.
You're like the PHP of no code.
Oh no, I don't have make first. This is the first time I need make first. I don't have that now. Oh gosh, what do I have to do? I have to do some math. Oh gosh. Math
I don't
is
even know what I don't even know what make first is. What does that mean?
No, when you have a group and you want to change the order of things.
Oh, make first. Yes.
You can't do that in the old one. So in the old one, you have to change the x and y coordinates. But actually, that's not difficult, right? It's still doable.
How?
You
That's
just
what we
need
were
to
saying earlier.
balance
It's like, man, you need a calculator.
Yeah, exactly. I did calculate. I had to do a 1280 by 2 because my head is not good for math. No, actually, I'm really good at math, but like anything above 1,000 is way beyond my pay grade. Oh no, it's not working.
That is definitely something that I completely forgot about. Having to figure out the X and Y position on the page of a certain group, and if you want to switch, you want to like swap groups. You want one to be above the on a higher Y value on the page. You need to really you need to make note of what those pixels, what the X and Y coordinates are. And I just have not had to do that in so long. I completely forgot that we used to need to do that. Yeah, and now we have make first, make last, make next. Just saves so much time.
Don't touch it. Like that's yeah, it's just oh my gosh, I would be so lost.
All right, let's check in with Anchor. What do we got going on here, Anchor? Anchor looking good.
This is my, not that.
Where is that Zapier? Where's that Zapier icon coming from?
I'm just removing it.
Oh, gotcha. Was it a placeholder?
No. I got it from Frame plugin,
I gotcha.
Summit Data plugin.
Now I have to do all those nice groups, you know, the groups which hide collapse hide if it's mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check
You have
guys here.
any of that?
Oh boy, all of the conditional statements. Taz building a conditional statement to hide. I can only imagine when this gets below a certain pixel width. I think we still need to do that. We still do that in the new responsive also.
You have to do it for this part here too. Do you know that?
As in like on the real site.
No, like here, if you're doing this page, if you're doing this specific section page I'm working on, do you got to do that? I don't remember at the moment.
I'm not sure how to answer the question. Are you asking like, is it?
No, you can see in my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we got your screen.
Okay, so if you want to build this part for mobile on new responsive, do you still need these two groups?
No, you don't need those extra. Oh, as like spacers, you mean?
Yeah.
No,
You
no,
don't.
you don't need those. You don't need those.
Okay.
Because you can put a margin on it or padding, and that'll
Oh
and
yeah,
that'll,
you can
and
do a
that'll
conditional padding.
yeah,
Okay.
and that'll give you the space that you need. Yeah, we had these spacers back in the old one. We had to have spacers, so things didn't kind of get too close together because you couldn't conditionally set margins and padding. It's another thing that I've completely forgotten about. All right, let's check out Beck. Beck is on the footer. Beck has a footer. I didn't think that anyone would make it to the bottom. Oops, I kicked Taz off the stream. Sorry, Taz.
Bye.
There you go. He's back. I meant to remove his screen. I removed him.
Yes, sir.
I honestly didn't think any of you were going to get to the bottom of the screen. And I see Beck here is working on the footer. So it's super impressive.
Thank you.
Jukion, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. He says, "Hi guys, how long have you building? How much time is left?" We started building at 12 after the hour, and we have until we're doing it for 60 minutes, so we have until 12 after. Right, so we're coming up on 2 p.m. Eastern time right now. I know everyone's in different time zones. I think we've got
10 minutes left.
Yeah, a little over 10 minutes. I think we've got all continent, or we got at least 3 continents represented. We've got India, Asia. We've got Taz in Germany, Europe. We got me and Becker in North America, in the U.S., and you got Nardo down in Peru, South America. So we got 4
Hey,
continents on this call.
do anyone know why SVG is not loaded? Is there any issue with the SVG image? Or it is working fine?
I haven't had any issues.
You don't have any issue?
Not with SVGs. Is there a specific one that you're having issues with?
No, the hero section one. I don't know how.
Sorry, which one was it?
Hero section. That hero section, right, left images.
I had to pull those off of the inspector as well.
Yeah, inspector, no? Yeah. So from the inspector, you got a SVG image, right?
Yeah, and then I used it as I use my images as groups.
Ah, okay. Thanks for that.
Mm-hmm. They should let you do it.
Same. I just put images into the background, but it is not loading. I don't know why. Why the fuck
Definitely,
it is?
Naruto is
With the height,
definitely
some height setting.
Height setting. Oh, so let me
I don't
just
know.
put a,
Naruto definitely paying some careful mind to gap spacing, spacing between the elements, alignment. Seeing a lot of focus on this. Conditionals here. Current page width is less than 600. Then this is visible. Here's another advantage.
Oh, I hate.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
No,
John.
go.
I was gonna say, does anybody else get the issue where you remove a style of a group and it just deletes everything?
Oh yeah. That's also one of the new responsive bugs. That's hell of annoying.
The bug, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Because it happens all the time. I'm like, man, there's no way you would want to do that on purpose.
Yes.
Removing the
Well said.
the style from an element, it deletes.
It used to keep all of the settings, like the padding, the row gap, whatever you did. But now it's this bug where it just deletes everything, and it like goes to like a very default version, and then you're like, oh no.
Oh man, I hadn't noticed that. All right.
Oh man, what's going on here?
Started chatting a little bit about this before, but kind of thinking through the different generations of tools. So I guess we could, consider the 2012 like the first generation. Everything that came before that was, there were low code and no code tools before that, certainly. But I think the ones that are making it really popularized and being talked about, like this movement, it kind of started in 2012. Like it started with Bubble, Airtable, Integromat, Webflow. Webflow is in there too. And I'm curious how like one gets good at all of those. Like none of those seems to have quite a few. Zapier too, I'm forgetting. And then after that came tools like Glide and Adalo. Those were a little bit newer. Builder, Coda. And more recently, I think we're starting to see a bigger focus on backend stuff like Xano and Backendless. I think their strengths lie in how much you can integrate those with the other pre-existing tools. They're really being positioned as, look, we are the back-end solution, and this is why we're better than the native options that you have. A lot of times, there's another tool like, for example, AppSheet, where it doesn't even have a back-end, and you have to connect to like a Google spreadsheet and use that as your database. So there's a lot of the tools don't even offer a native backend. Like you kind of take that for granted with Bubble. Flutterflow is more recent too. I don't know too many people who have built on Flutterflow, but I tested it out myself. It's a pretty great for mobile native.
My friend just used Flutterflow to make an app, I think, and he was pretty happy. But he was saying that the editor is just super annoying to navigate. And I also tried to use it for like 2 hours for something. It takes like ages to learn the editor. It's annoying.
Really, I found that there was a lot of overlap between the Bubble editor and the Flutterflow editor.
Like there is overlap, but I thought like it was also tiny and hard to click.
There definitely are a lot of controls. Yeah, I do agree with you on that one. And yeah, they tend to be small. Like the controls are a little bit small. But I didn't find myself needing to relearn a lot of tech terminology like I do with these other, like Retool, for example. I had to, everything was different. Containers, text, alignment, padding, all that stuff was called the same stuff in Flutterflow, which is, I think, why I was able to feel comfortable pretty early on. But yeah, I hear you. I also didn't get too complex into the workflows in Flutterflow, so I don't know what path that would have led me down as far as like building expressions and stuff. I did some very basic stuff, but nothing too complex. We are right at the top of the hour at 2 o'clock. So we've got 12 minutes left. It's a nightmare. Flutterflow's a nightmare? Tell me why. Tell me more. I'm curious. I'm curious about other people's experience. I haven't gone too deep on it, but again, it's my initial reaction was that the editor is pretty close to Bubble, and if you're comfortable in Bubble, you could probably figure it out in a few hours and get something on the page. The navigation part. All right, so Jukian is backing you up here, Taz. He says that the navigation is a little tricky in Flutterflow. A lot of people are predicting a consolidation of all these tools, saying that there cannot be a just new tool coming out every 3 months that we all need to learn. They're saying that a lot of these will converge into a few, like the 4 big no and low code tools of the future.
The 4 horsemen.
I'm curious to see if that is the way that it goes, or if they continue to just keep like specializing and going deeper in one area. It could go either way. All right, let's check in. Let's see what we got here. Let's start from the top. Check out Anchor. With the last 10 minutes here, Anchor is got a solid page here. Now, I would recommend naming elements because it gets really confusing building workflows with group A, B, C, C, and all that shit. But I don't think that it's really essential for this competition because you're not really, referring to anything in workflows here. Maybe conditionally, if you have to conditionally refer to a group or something, that might be a pain in the ass if you have too many letters. But I don't think I would waste my time trying to name elements in such a organized way that I would normally do for like a client, for example. Anchor looking pretty solid here. Let's check in with Taz. Taz looking good too. Still have some overlap, it seems, with some buttons. I don't know. Yeah, actually, no. That actually might be the way it's supposed to look. Let me check out the original site here.
Time out. Fuck.
Back looking pretty organized here. Pretty tidy page. Nardo, same thing. Taking a look at that responsive. Trying to see how we look on mobile. I'm also curious to see how many groups are required in the old versus new. Do you need more groups in the old? I actually think you're going to need more groups in the new responsive engine.
Hey, I'm pretty sure too, but I do have some groups just for mobile. But still, I think still you guys probably have a few more.
Not including the spacers is the way I'm thinking, right? So you have to do the spacing in the old responsive, but that's just, there's not much to those. You just kind of size them the way that you need. But particularly around the amount of groups that produce the page layout that you want, I feel like you need more in the new responsive engine than you do the old. So I'm curious to see those main groups.
We can all do a search, right? We can do an element search on that page to see how many groups we have.
Oh, you're going to have to show us that one, Taz. I didn't know that either.
Oh, come on, you do, of course. When you're on top right, you can search for groups on that page.
But it gives you the amount, the
it
total
says
count.
found 30. It says like found 30 or whatever, how many.
I never used it that way. All right, so we got 2 tips. We got a tip from Taz at the end, and we got Beck's going to show us how to get the high quality images out of the Chrome developer tools. Chikan asking, if you want to test your app on an iPhone, there is still code involved, meaning the prompt. If you're building on Bubble, there's not necessarily code involved. You do need to wrap it using a service like BDK Native in order to get it to make it installable on both iOS and Android. But you don't need to code in order to do that. I've wrapped an app natively in both Xcode and Android Studio before, and it's a big pain in the ass. Very difficult to do. It's not difficult to do, I think, if you know what you're doing, but that's the hardest part. It's like getting there. If you know exactly the steps that you need to do, it takes like 10 minutes. But trying to figure it out, which is what I did, it sucked. It sucked, and I would happily pay for someone else to do it. And plus, BDK has all of these other mobile native features that you can use, like push notifications and access to the camera, geolocation, all that stuff that you would expect on a mobile device, mobile app. That they just kind of take care of it for you. You don't have to worry about it. You add it to your workflow where you need it, and then you don't have to think about it. Figuring that stuff out in Android Studio is a friggin' nightmare. Which prompt are you? I meant Flutterflow. If you want to test your app on, you meant Flutterflow. Well, Flutterflow allows you to push it directly to the App Store. That's one of the kind of the way they position the value of Flutterflow, is that you could just push it directly from the editor to the App Store, which is pretty sweet. You can't do. I think maybe Glide you can do that on as well, but they're built on. They're built. I want to say on Flutter or Firebase. I might be wrong about that. But however they're built, they make it super easy to push it to the app stores. No wrapping or code needed to do that. And one of the great things, I don't know if this is true on the other no-code apps, but one of the great things about being able to work on push a mobile app from Bubble is that you can just make changes. You can submit your app to the App Store, that gets approved. It gets, it's on there. And then anytime you need to make changes, you just like make them in Bubble, push them live, and that like anyone whose device that app is installed on, it makes those changes automatically, right? There's
How much time is remaining?
We've got 4 minutes. It's 2:08 my time. 4 minutes left. Bubble needs to really acquire BDK Native. Yeah, that's an interesting thought. It would definitely take care of their users complaining about the native functionality, mobile native functionality. I know that's not what their main focus is web applications, but I think a lot of their users are asking for this. So it's an interesting proposition. Acquire BDK Native. What other questions we got here? What if you wanted to test it before, then one does not just push to the App Store? Right. Yeah, you would test before you push any changes live. You could still test it. You can use it for, I'm not sure if you're referring to Bubble or Flutterflow with this particular comment, but Bubble, yeah, you could test it. You can test it in the BDK preview environment if you wanted to test the mobile native features before you push it live to the app stores. And I imagine the same thing in Flutterflow. I've never done it in Flutterflow, so I don't really know, but I imagine that there's some development environment that you can test the mobile native features in before you push it live. Gotta be. All right, we are coming into the last 2 minutes here. I'm not going to share any more screens. We're going to just see where we land in the next 2 minutes. I am pretty pumped to see. I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. I want to be surprised, and then we'll do the reveal. Are you all full-time bubble devs? Yes. Yes. I think everyone on this call is a full-time bubble developer.
I'm not.
Anchor is not. I'm wrong.
Well, I make tutorials now, so but I guess that kind of counts. It's the same with Anchor. I think Anchor, it also kind of counts.
Taz recently came into a large sum of money in a high-stakes poker game and has left the bubble freelancing game. Respect.
Congrats.
No, I also made I also did well in developing. It's not only like it's not like 99% poker, 1% bubble.
And he's still putting out content for us all. I thought we were losing you, Taz, when you said that you. I thought you were announcing your exit from the bubble community.
No way, no, it's too fun. Look at this. This is awesome. Even though my site's gonna look terrible, this is the first time I click preview. This is the first time I click preview since half an hour. Oh, I'm not happy. Uh-oh. Apparently, I have like a huge word at the top somewhere. Okay, let's get rid of that.
Oh, this is interesting. I didn't know that.
All
right, we are at 12 after, everybody.
Nice.
Hands off your keyboards, please.
Oh no. Okay. Oh, this is pretty bad.
All right.
I should have clicked preview.
All right, we're gonna see how this shakes out. I want to just respond to this question here. Interesting part: you have to download the code from Flutterflow in order to test it natively. I didn't know that. That's a Flutterflow. Yep, understood. All right, let's see what we got here. How do we want to do this? I think the best way. Let's go from top to bottom here.
How do I see your screen, John? Or because I can only see your face and not the screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen as soon as I figure out how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna share, I think, each of our screen. You know what? Let's do it like this. Let's do it here. And you know what? Let's go. Let's start with Anchor. Anchor, we're gonna start with you because you're at the top.
Can we start?
Share your screen, Anchor. I think I lost your screen.
Okay. Let me just show you. This one.
Let me pull up my scoring.
Not responsive at all. I'm definitely sure.
All right. So Anchor. Let me. There we go. Okay. All right.
Nice.
Looking pretty goddamn close to Discord. I'd have a hard time if I hit this page. I'd have a hard time knowing that this wasn't Discord. Right? Like we build this stuff and we're always hypercritical of our own work and this is off. But if someone hits the page, they're not like criticizing the pixel width of the words. They're pretty much going to look at it and yeah, I'm on Discord. They're not really going to question that straight away unless something looks really crazy.
Really
So
nice.
this would trick me.
Okay. Should I scroll down?
Yeah, I would say scroll down and let's go to the bottom of the page first. And then I think it seems like you spent a lot of time on the upper part. The footer I can kind of see like this is where you probably finished.
I was coming from the top and going down to pixelating everything.
Right. But you definitely got the headings and stuff in place here. Can you show us the responsive?
It's not. I have not checked.
All right, let's see it.
I don't want to even check.
You don't want to do it? Okay.
Let's just see it.
0 points. No, I'm kidding. Mine's not gonna be better.
Anything
Oh, it's horrible.
Wait, go back,
No, it's
go
much
back.
better
That's
than
not
mine.
terrible. That's not
It's
terrible.
terrible. It's terrible. I know. It's terrible.
Wait, what are we looking at here? I don't even know what this is.
Yeah.
It's a plugin that lets you see different screen sizes. I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
responsive
like-
viewer. Yeah.
Plug-in basically to seize on the different screen sizes and all.
Drop that in the chat if you can, Anchor.
Okay, let me.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say very high on the closest to original site. I think what Anchor did in 60 minutes is super impressive. So I'm gonna give him the max score here of 5 for closeness to original site. Responsiveness, there are some issues.
0.
I think
John, would it
Anchor-
be easier if you do the scoring at the end?
yeah, maybe.
What?
Yeah,
You
it's
get-
really
you get-
fair
I,
also.
I kind of feel like it's everyone else's input. You know, I don't want to be the only one that decides who gets the score, but we'll see. All right. So
Yeah, it's fairer also if you're just scoring at the end. Otherwise, like you just see one person.
yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, and I can share my screen while I'm doing that. All right, good point. All right, so and we're gonna move on to Taz. Taz is next down here. Bless you, Nardo.
Oh,
Salud.
this is an old responsive editor.
What's that?
It's an old responsive editor that TAS has built a.
Oh yeah, that
Yes.
was the origin of the competition here. Taz said that I could still build a kick-ass website page in the old responsive, and everyone questioned him. That was the inspiration of us coming together today.
I can't see the screen now. How does my site look?
We're seeing Restream right now.
Should I just close my screen sharing or like?
You can leave it on. You're fine.
Okay.
I just toggled you up and I added Taz. But Taz, you're sharing Restream right now, so we can't see your Bubble app.
I'm confused.
There we go. Now we got your Bubble app.
No, this is my bubble app. This is my bubble.
All right.
Can you see?
He got the text wrong. He should
You got a custom domain also.
Right?
What are you talking about? This is all
That doesn't even
German.
look English. to
This
me.
is all German. Yeah.
That doesn't even look English.
Yeah, because I have. This is the German site, and this is my site. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you use some lorem ipsum over there, guys.
Now we're not going
Okay.
to dock points for the language. I think that's fair because he built that. That's what he saw. That's what he built. I think this
Amazing.
this is solid. The overlap on that button there. That's probably the only thing I would dock points for.
Which one?
The download for Windows. Is that the same thing on the original site?
What do you mean overlap?
The
It's kind of
icon,
similar-
background left and right images.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair. No, that's fair. That's fair.
it's
You're right.
overlaying the image a little bit.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
All right, take us down a
Okay.
little.
Okay, here the spacing's a bit massive. I just noticed at the end. So it's a bit way.
Yeah, check your calculator.
Yeah.
Probably had too many zeros in there.
Yeah, I think I did a divide by error here. I did divide it by the wrong numbers.
You're probably divided by 0.
No, I think the site would look more messed up then. Okay, and then I think I just got to the footer.
Footer's
Oh.
pretty solid. Footer is pretty solid. All right,
Okay.
Tess, show us your
And now
response.
responsive, I can go here. This is also, I have no idea how it will look. I made, let's see. Let's refresh again. Okay, this is mobile.
That is
so-
not bad.
So I made a own group just for mobile. So this is its own group just for mobile, right? So here in the editor, because otherwise you can't do it.
Oh, smart. So you didn't have to
Okay.
build all those conditional. You built one conditional to say,
Yeah.
all right, hide the main
Yeah.
one if
Yeah.
if the pixel width is this.
So you build it twice.
Yeah, so I had to build it twice, and then this is mobile. I had a lot of spacer groups. I didn't check the spacing yet. I didn't have time to do, but in principle, it's still, at least it's not overlapping.
Yeah,
You
no,
can read
this. I think that the strength here is the mobile responsiveness that you got. Like that's probably the.
And I didn't
I
get
wasn't
to do
expecting
that.
that.
And I didn't get to add the option set. I was just adding the option set for the products. I didn't add it yet for the second one.
Right on.
Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, this is it. So, by the way, this is also good to know for anyone who's still working on old responsive, that to make it look nice, you should always here. Do you see this? I want to have a mobile margin, so I put a group around it with 10 spacing on the left and 10 to the right.
Oh shit, that's a
And
good hack.
And I did that like in a lot of places. Like here, I wanted to have spacing on the left, so I added like a group around it, so there's always some space between the text and the left. Yeah. But
So
yeah.
so you're kind of like building in. You're kind of building in like a padding, right? That's how.
Yeah, basically, I have like
Gotcha.
padding groups, so to say. Yeah. But yeah.
Very
Okay.
cool. All right. Well done, Taz. Let's check out Beck.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Oh,
Beck, we got your screen.
Yep. So I obviously missed two pictures. Forgot about those guys. And then scrolling down, and I got the footer. So I finished top to bottom,
Wow, nice.
and then
That footer, man. That footer is solid. I'm really impressed with that footer.
responsive viewer. See how it looks there. So got most of the responsive settings in as well.
Yep.
Started losing time here, and then got the
That's
footer
very
to
good.
be somewhat responsive. But yeah, as everybody else, if I had maybe 5 more minutes.
And I remember we were chatting before this. I think someone suggested 30 minutes, and my first thought was like, it's gonna go so much faster than that. If you only had 30 minutes to do this, I think we would have got like maybe the header and like the top hero image done.
image.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it would just be a completely different product. I think most of us will probably have all of the main sections. We probably just cut more corners.
Exactly. All
Can we
right.
see the editor quickly? Like, how did you do this? How did you do the left-right, where there's always text on the left and image on the right? Do you have percentages, or what do you do?
Now I have 2 pictures, and then I just have a conditional.
How do you mean?
So, so if are you talking about going from responsive to non-responsive, or
Yeah,
from mobile to? So I have 2 images that are both hidden. They're both the same. So one on the left side, one on the right side. And then
Oh, wow.
when it's small, it needs to be on the left side. It shows, and then when it's big, it needs to be on the right side. It shows.
That's nice.
Yeah, actually, you can include an HTML element for that, but I didn't find them.
Gotcha. All right. Well done, Beck.
Gracias.
Nardo. I think I lost your screen again, Nardo. Can you share it, please?
Yeah.
Is Nardo, is that your swimming pool from your bubble dev jobs?
Yeah, man. He's raking it in.
Can you
It's a nice
can
pool.
you see my screen?
I think the internet looks like it's crapping out a little bit.
Can you see my
It looks
screen?
like Nardo, you look frozen. Oh wait, hang on. Let me add your screen. We got we're seeing Restream right now. There we go. We got Discord. We lost him. Yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna happen.
You got a link to his editor? Pop it open.
we got it.
Nardo, you're back.
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yep, we got you.
Okay. I don't know why, but when I try to put the image that you sent us, Discord, I don't know why. Tried to download and upload, and that
Yes.
worked.
It same happened.
Yeah, that is what all of you did, because I don't.
I just took
So
a screenshot of that and uploaded.
Yeah, I
Yeah, so-
downloaded the images and then uploaded it to the images.
Okay. Okay, that's why I didn't.
Gotcha. How'd you get the other ones in though?
Yeah, this one is when 2 minutes ago I realized that. Yes,
Oh, gotcha.
right now.
Oh, so you were using the other images as kind of placeholders until you got the SVGs in there, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I didn't catch it.
All right.
So this is what I have.
Oh man, nice job on the footer. The footer is like the what do you call it? I feel like that's an important part because I would totally ignore that if I was doing this, but it seems like everyone put a little bit of focus into the footer. Nardo, yours probably it looks the most complete, I think. Like that footer is pretty solid. I'd have a hard time telling the difference between that and the actual Discord footer. So, do you have any hover effects?
No.
Does anyone have hover?
Did anyone do the hover stuff?
No.
No, nothing outside of the standard bubble buttons, hover colors.
All right, good. So we could ignore that as a thing. I didn't want to miss that if someone actually put the effort into doing that. All right, good stuff, Nardo. All right,
Okay.
so let's
Mobile?
do mobile.
Mobile display.
Nice.
That's responsive.
Yep, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to change this image.
Yeah, but that's a very quick click.
Oh yeah, that footer's really nice
Really-
responsive wise. Good job.
By the way, I'm curious, Nardo, did you get a lot of people who wanted their responsive pages from old to new?
Yeah. There are a lot of people because it's not easy to build. Maybe you click so much, but when you need to change something, it's really easy and really it's amazing when you try to change something. When you try to move something to other place, you don't need to expand the height. You just only click, move that to other place, and the height is responsive, right?
Yeah, you're right. That's fast.
Yeah.
So
it's one-
has everyone done the transition? Like, had to take a old responsive app to the new one? Has everyone done that?
I once had to. I
Yeah.
had to do it in August for 30 pages
Oh Jesus
for one
Christ!
client, and I took around 10 of the pages were very basic, sign up page, but 10 of them were ages long forms. It took me, I think, 30 pages, and it took me about 25 hours, and
Wow.
I estimated 20 hours. So I only got 20 hours out of it also.
That's still pretty good. That's still pretty fast. Like 25 hours
Yeah.
for 30 pages. That's still really fast.
It's a week's worth of work.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
All right, guys.
Good, everybody.
So shall we? Let me share my screen now. Right. Keep me honest here. I will take your feedback into consideration.
Do you remember that there was Olympic ice skating in the Beijing Olympics, and I think the Chinese jury they marked the German one down or something, but the German guy still won gold.
Yeah. Let's see if I'm fair here.
You should do it.
Let's start with Anchor. Anchor, I think you did a great job with the close to the original site. I guess we can eliminate basic nav because we really didn't we didn't have time for any navigation stuff. So let's get rid of this.
Maybe do it out of 10 then. Maybe do both out of 10 then.
Yeah, I think that's a better idea. All right, so Anchor, I think I couldn't tell where that I wasn't on Discord, so I'm gonna go high 9 here. I think there was some stuff in the footer that that wasn't that I could kind of tell. But the responsiveness, I'm gonna go 3. And you can argue with me on the score here. It's kind of hard to do this too without the thing in front of me.
We can just put our links here, put our links into the chat, and give you like 5
Yeah,
minutes.
can you do that?
Yeah.
It's really weird, by the way, with the old responsive, is that on some, if I like increase the page width, like if I click plus or minus, sometimes suddenly the whole header doesn't work anymore.
All right, let me get Anchor's first. Anchor, where's your link?
Okay. Link.
Yeah, drop your.
I have made some changes. Consider them. I was working on the responsiveness, so ignore the. Where should I put in the private chat?
Just put the previewer of your app into. Yeah, perfect. And I'll also take consideration from the chat too. If I'm being, check me in the chat. You guys are gonna have to tell me if info comes in from the. You guys can see the chat, right?
Yeah, in the private chat.
No, there's a chat. There's a public chat on the right side. You guys see that?
Come on, you got his thanks.
Where?
Post.
Maybe you can't see it then. All right.
What? It is the Chrome.
I can see it, but I can't put anything in it.
Gotcha.
I guess I could toggle out of private chat and. No, I can't.
Do you see on the
All right.
bottom left or something? I was able to.
John, can you put a link into the chat for this plugin? Nick is asking for that.
Yeah, I'll drop that. Yeah, the responsive viewer.
Oh, it's my. Oh.
All right, so you guys got my screen now, right? There we go. This is the way to do it. I've got the scoring card here, and I've got the website here, and I can also open up Discord just for added.
That's mine, right?
Yeah, we're looking at now. I'm on a bigger screen too. Hey, Anchor,
No
you
more
making
editing.
changes?
Come on.
Are you making changes in well,
No more. It's not cool.
you get wall bubblers.
Okay.
All right. Cover effects. That's probably the bubble native one though. Imagine a place. I think this all looks fine and dandy. I think it does look. I think a max width might have been a little needed here. Like I'm looking at this on a pretty large screen. So let's go. And maybe I'm being too picky here.
Can you zoom out the page?
Yeah, zoom out also helps. Yeah.
Zoom out or zoom in?
Zoom out.
Zoom out.
Amazing.
Bad, right?
Nice job.
There we go. It does look a lot better. Yes. All right, so that's solid. Buttons are in the great place. Yeah, I think this is like if I hit this page, I would not know it's not Discord. Like I said before. So, yeah, all this looks good to me. I have to go high 9 on the closest to original site. Responsiveness. Let's take this down.
Did you work on it?
Yeah. I have worked on it. Please ignore the report. It's like a 3 week.
Perfectionist. He's like, I gotta make it
Refresh
better.
I was working. No,
Yeah, we still got.
If you go down, then I just fix some of the things.
We're not gonna count that. I can't count that towards your score because you did it after.
Don't
But-
count it. Don't count.
These came out pretty good, right? Even these here.
I don't know if it was like that
groups.
before.
No, don't include that. I have fixed that.
Okay,
It was not,
all right.
it was not good before. But I think
Yeah,
Alright.
it was very,
All right, so I'm gonna keep my original score at 3.
yeah.
I won't dock any additional points. Frank are getting
Yeah.
a few in there, but I think I'm gonna keep my original score of 3. All right, let's get Taz next. I'm just going in order of how they're showing on my screen. Taz, solid, very solid. I think the only thing that hits me that would look strange is this: how the button is overlapping the image here. But other than that, I probably wouldn't be able to tell. It's obviously in German, but that's fair because the thing Taz was working off of was in German. The site spacing is a little high here. It's a little far apart, but all of the groups and images seem to be here, and he did put some effort into the footer here. Taz, I'm gonna go. Let's see. Let's check out the responsive. Refresh this. Yeah, just impressed at how good this looks on mobile. I gotta go the responsive for this one. I think I'm gonna say 7 for the closest to original site, but I'm gonna give you a high 9 on the responsiveness. That was pretty impressive.
He is not here, or like what?
I think he fell off.
Did we lose him?
But yeah,
Oh, hold on.
to
He's
be able
back.
to do that, there he is. To be able to do that in an hour in the old engine is amazing.
Yeah, I gotta give props. We keep losing him though. Taz, fuck's going on, man? Stop jumping off.
Technical
We need you.
difficulties.
All right. Let's get.
Hey, one thing. That navigation bar, you have used a plugin or like what?
For what?
Me?
For that, this is the plugin.
Are you talking to
This?
me? Or to
Yes. I am talking to you, Tas.
No. It was just an icon.
Oh, it's just icon. Oh, okay.
I guess
used no
your
plugin.
I guess your username password, Beck, and I was right. It's username and password. The default
Right on.
bubble. Default bubble thing.
What
I
I
haven't
had
kicked out account yet.
you hacked the app.
Yeah. All looks good. I think the logo, the black logo, kind of throws it off a little bit, but the image and the other images here, just because I know that these are supposed to be here. But again, if I didn't know that, I probably still wouldn't question whether or not I'm on Discord. The logo, maybe. This I think is where Beck did a great job. Is these middle ones? These are like that's hard to tell. That's really hard to tell. Well, this one is if you did
No,
make.
I fucked up the left and right alignment. I probably have a conditional one.
Oh, gotcha.
Dock me on that.
But other than that, yeah, I wouldn't know here. This is really close.
Well, what font did you use, or did you use Font Inspector?
I was using the inspector, but I just used enter. I was too lazy
Okay,
to
me
actually
too,
copy
yeah.
the text font.
It did look like Inter, right?
Yeah, it's probably like SF, whatever that is.
And really strong on the header, on the
Footer.
footer rather.
Thank you.
All right, let's go mobile. Couple of alignment things that are apparent here.
Oh, you have put
These-
like a conditional on the images also.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, yeah, the image is scaled down on.
Bit of spacing, I would say, with the main groups here. A little bit of spacing.
Mhm.
Okay, I would say I'm gonna go 9 on the closest to original site.
This is
And I
Nardo
think,
you're marking.
oh my bad, 9 on the original site, and I'm having a hard time with this one. I would say I think a 5 here with the responsiveness. Yeah, I think that's
Very
fair.
generous. Very generous.
I think that's fair. All right. Last but not least, Nardo.
I'm here.
Let's get your. All right. Very similar to my comments on Beck here. I know that there's supposed to be imagery here, but if this was just the page, if I just hit this page, I would have no doubts that I'm looking at a real Discord page. Missing image here, we talked about that already, but you did get it here. Like this spacing looks right to me. Yeah, these images throw it off though. But solid footer here. I respect the footer. Let's see how we're
I think he had
going.
the most responsive footer.
Yeah,
That would be a
footer.
nice T-shirt. Respect the footer.
Respect the footer, man. I would have ignored the shit out of the footer. Yeah, your game is tight here with the footer, man. I gotta give the so closest to original site. I think I'm gonna go 6, mostly because of the images. Honestly, that was probably the biggest thing. 6, but no, you know what? 7 because the footer was so badass. 7 because the footer was so badass.
Well, you're editing responsiveness.
Yeah, I gotta switch that. 7. And then the responsiveness, I'm probably gonna go. There's not too much that's wrong. The buttons are a little misaligned. Oh shit! Did we?
Oh,
Wait a
nice.
minute!
Oh,
Wait a minute! Did
Game
anyone else?
over.
Did I forget to
Game
give this to
over.
anybody else?
You're looking at
Yes,
the real
I don't
Discord.
even have the icon.
I had
Oh,
nothing.
yeah.
On the real Discord.
I think we
Oh,
have
I'm on the
our
real
king.
Discord. I'm on the real Discord. Okay. You should have said anything.
You could've-
Oh my god! I probably would have given an automatic win for if your site.
Wait,
did that.
hold on a second. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is his site. Yeah, this is Discord.
That would have been insane. Wait, and that's funny that the real Discord has bad buttons.
That's true. That's a great point.
So should he get docked for that?
I don't know.
Closest to original?
I think the original. Yeah, we should mark the original. We should mark the
Yeah.
original. How close it's to the original.
His buttons are better than the original.
Yeah.
I thought I was looking at his here. Oh man, that's wild. Yeah, responsiveness is tight here, man. The responsiveness is all around good on this. I gotta go. Shit, I gotta go high on the responsive here. Oh, guys, this is fucking hard to do. I'm gonna go. The responsive is almost perfect. The fact that the responsive is better than the original site. Oh man, I gotta go 9 here. I gotta go 9 here. I feel like it's unfair not to give this a 9. It's just the responsive is just too good. All right, so I think that means that we have a tie. We have a tie. And
New and old.
I think we're gonna have to break that tie somehow. I don't know if we do it today or what, but
Oh, I will give a shout out to Tasto because, again, initially it was to see if you could really build it that fast, and above and beyond impressed.
yeah, all
Like the old
around.
engine, to be able to just jump into that, I don't even know how to use it.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't. I practiced half an hour before, but I did not use it the last 6 months.
All around, guys.
Respect.
Yeah, respect. All around respect for even like getting on and doing this, because it takes some courage to like put your skills out there on the line like this. I've done this before, and like I say, it's pretty. I was pretty nerve wracked when I did it. You guys were cool and like still talking to me while you were building too. Like, props to all of you for just even getting on and doing this, and the fact that you all produced something that looks pretty sick. Pretty hard to tell that it's not the actual Discord if you're hitting the site. Amazing. It really demonstrates the power of these building on these tools. You can do this in 60 minutes.
Actually, honestly, I didn't think we would get this far. I honestly didn't think we would finish the page in an hour. That's like respectable. Like everyone made it to the footer. That's pretty impressive.
Same. Yeah. All right. We'll have to do a tiebreaker at some point. I'm down to do this again, whenever you guys want to. It doesn't always have to be landing pages either. Like we can talk about different things. But yeah. Anything else? Any last minute shout outs or anything like that?
Oh, well done, Nardo.
Yeah, good job, everybody.
Well done,
Great
everybody.
talking, guys.
Yeah, and good job. Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun session. It's kind of cool to have like 5 people building on Bubble. It's kind of nice.
Same time, right? Badass, guys. I love it. All right. I will catch you guys
Thanks for
soon.
putting this together, John.
Yeah, my pleasure, man. We'll do this again.
Okay.
Yep.
See you
All
around.
right. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.